What's going on, everybody? I want to talk about post office interview tips, and I want to make a part two. My first video, I talked about how to be confident, how to let them know that you're working hard and you're willing to work hard. Some other basics that people ask me all the time, like what to wear. Um, I covered that before, but I still get asked all the time. So be very casual, but also look like you're serious. Don't show up in a rock concert T-shirt or something like that. I mean, you might get hired that way, but not the best approach. Just come there looking like you really take the job seriously. Get there early. We've discussed that. There's a lot of people that go into these things and are so nervous. Try to get yourself not to be nervous. Try to think like, okay, maybe I don't get this job, but it's not the end of the world. Just get your mind focused to where you can be like, okay, confident. If you're looking like you're really nervous and they might think that's your personality when really it's probably not. Maybe you'll be nervous the first couple days, but after that you're gonna start getting in the swing of things and realize it is actually somewhat easy. It's not the hardest job in the world, and it's definitely a good setup. Um, when whatever questions they ask you, they're they're not always going to be the same. I would recommend looking at some blogs, or I have some videos out that just discuss like the basics of any interview, not just post office, but it's just, give me a time when you had to work together as part of a team to fulfill a task, or take care of a customer, this sort of thing. Maybe you'll get something like that, and just come up with answers. Look at the most popular interview questions that there are, and expect that you'll get those. You may not. When I went in, they told me that um, a lot of people took the job for granted, and the lady said she just really couldn't get any workers that really wanted to work. They wanted to be lazy. And I thought to myself, why would you want to be lazy when you have this opportunity to make this money? But the problem is, they get in here and they're here for so long. They're they're here in the job so long that they start to take it for granted, and then they don't appreciate the job. So even beyond the interview, let's say you got this job for 5 years, make sure to always think about that. Like, think about the time when you came in for this interview, and still work hard. Don't be lazy. Don't take anything for granted, because it is a good opportunity and a good place to work, and it's the kind of job that can get you a house, a car, and support your family. And that's something to think about. But I don't want you to stress out about that. If you've been broke forever and you're trying to get this job because you want all that, that might create stress. But try and just figure out a way to relax and show the interviewer the best side of yourself. I've hired people in the past, and sometimes I have to look at them like, okay, they look really nervous. Are they going to be like this the whole time? I can't have this. But then I think like, okay, they're probably just really nervous. It's an interview. So I give them a shot, and it's worked out. It's worked out in the past. One thing I would recommend is when you come in, if there's a lot of people and you're like one of 20 people, you know, don't let that scare you. Don't walk out. I've seen people walk out, and I'm like, why? You have no chance of getting this job if you just leave because you're afraid. They might have 16 positions, and they might be interviewing for the whole area. You don't know. If it is 16 out of 20 going to get fulfilled, you just made it 16 out of 19 because you left. So don't do that. Um, Beyond that, my first video basically covers everything. I would say that you should have everything you possibly need to get the job. Just go in there, good hygiene, smell good. That's the number one thing. If someone comes in for an interview with me and they smell like body odor, I'm most likely going to be like, man, I don't want to put up with this every day. That's real. Like, I have worked jobs with people that smelled up the whole room when they walked in, and I wondered, did they smell like this during their interview? And I witnessed a boss of mine actually hand a guy a bar of soap and say, you have to go home and wash yourself, man. And most of you aren't ever going to smell like that, right? But just in case you may smell like that, eliminate body odor from your life. smelling good. Go to work smelling good. Take showers. Hopefully you can. If you can't, find a way to change that. Find a way to make sure you can take a shower, especially before your interview. It seems so basic, but people go in and they smell. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you get hired. Make sure you join that group that we have. I'll put the link below. It's trying to get hired 473.